Don't you love when you like film like literally 7, 8 book reviews and then the camera is not recording it correctly? Yeah, I love that. Hey beautiful people, my name is Kristen. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel to hear about the awesome books that I hope to pick up in the month of January to start off 2023 reading strong. I did in a series of videos ask you, my viewers, to pick for me 12 nonfiction, 12 classics, and 12 fiction out of ones that I currently owned to put as my 12 one a month for the year that I will absolutely get to. I've tried to rank them like the ones that got the most votes higher in the year, so I will get to those reviews for you sooner. So there will be a series of videos coming this next week or two that show you a complete breakdown of each of those 12. But for now, I will show you the top one in each one. For classics, my top one was Of Mice and Men by Steinbeck, which is great on a number of levels. One, it's a short little book to start with, so you can check it off right away. That's good. But I've been really wanting to get to Steinbeck. I realized that everything I've read, I think I read this book, I think I read The Pearl. That's all I think I've read. Oh, maybe Grapes. I've read Grapes of Wrath. I have not read East of Eden. But anyway, I think that I will love Steinbeck. If you have a favorite Steinbeck and want to leave that below, one of my goals is to read 2 or 3 of his this year. So perfect to start out Mice and Men. Really look forward to reading that one. Then the top nonfiction was actually got more votes than any other single book in any of the voting, and that was Bill Bryson's A Walk in the Woods. I'm not sure if that's because this is one that everybody has read and is familiar with, or this is just that great of a book. But regardless, what a beautiful memoir of nature to start out my year. I just think that'll be good. And you might think that it might be better to save it for summer, warmer weather, but I kind of like reading it in the middle of winter. That will be a really, really awesome break. I love that. For fiction, the most popular chosen book on the list was A Gentleman in Moscow. I have not read Amor Towles. I do have his other book, The Lincoln Highway, from my book of the month. It was the freebie book for being a BFF, but I haven't read it. So this will be my first read, and I really predict that I'm gonna like this one. I don't know a lot about the premise or exactly what's going on with it, but as I've heard other people talking about it, I've just thought to myself, that will be a good book. So I will let you know. You can let me know in the comments. I will be buddy reading a Brandon Sanderson Elantris with Gemma from Gemma Books. I have done some group reads with Gemma, but we have not done an exclusive buddy read, and I look forward to this one. I do not think she has read any Brandon Sanderson. I have read quite a bit of his, but he's just such a prolific author. I probably haven't even touched half of them. This is one of his standalones in the Cosmere, just like kind of Star Wars is a galaxy far, far away. The Cosmere is his own little creation, galaxy far, far away. This has its complete own Magic System characters and storyline, although there is rumor that he is working on a sequel to this one. So if we love it, it will be good to revisit. Then instead of doing a new release this January, I do have a goal to read at least 1 per month. But instead, I really want to finish another project, and that was my Try a Chapter. I have 5 books still that I've tried a chapter, wanted to read them, and haven't gotten a chance to pick them up, so I'm going to try to knock them out in January. One is The Dictionary of Lost Words. This is a story of a woman who is around a group of men putting together an actual dictionary, and she's noticing that they're kind of striking or taking out words that are predominantly female or deal with feminism or women's rights or those kind of things, which is fascinating, isn't it? And I'm currently reading Babel, which I will have in my end of the month book reviews. It is my last book that I'm reading for 2022. And it also deals with the meaning of words and breaking them down and kind of saving words, so to speak. And I'm just really, really interested in that right now. So I will let you know about that book. as well as I hope to get to Charlie Donlea's Don't Believe It. This is a story of a girl who was convicted and put away for horrifically murdering her boyfriend, one of those kind of, you know, documentary where it goes on to the air and everybody's following it, but then they come along, find new evidence and clear her, but did they really, you know, was she really innocent? So it seems kind of like a spooky read, and I have to admit I have watched some of those docudramas of courtroom crimes like that, because it's just like, so it is unbelievable in some ways. This book is very similar, so I definitely can't read them at the same time. This is also a girl who gets imprisoned for a crime that is being reinvestigated to see if she's going to be cleared. But in this case, the person who is kind of behind the scenes investigating actually knew her as his friend's daughter, I think. So there's some connections and there's some ethics and there's some personal motivations and, you know, just going down that rabbit trail. I think I got that one at a Dollar Tree, so it's okay if I end up DNFing it, but I read the first chapter and it was pretty interesting. So we're gonna go with it. This was another Dollar Tree. Every time you go away, this seems like a kind of beautiful, slow-moving memoir. A woman has lost her husband to an illness that, you know, is a really great, beautiful marriage, and she goes back to kind of tie up the beach house that they had gone to and spent all their summers and raised their kids in, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure if there's literal ghosts, but she's confronted with a whole bunch of things of her past and putting closure with, you know, things like that. And I like a sweet story like that. So I thought that might be a good light one after some of these murder ones. And speaking of murder ones, this one is also a murder mystery, The Golden Hour. Beatriz Williams, she is a reporter who goes down to make a article for the New Yorker, and she's interviewing the, I don't know if it's royalty, it's in NASA. So like the high society, very tip-top people having balls and extravaganzas and fundraising and all that stuff. And then somebody gets murdered. So that's the setting for that. I just think that sounds fun. It also kind of seems like a summer read. This one's kind of the bottom of the stack. So if I don't get to all of them, this is the one that will kind of continue to slide into maybe some warmer weather, but I don't mind getting to it. That sounds really good. So those are the books that I hope to get to in the month of January. If you've read any of them, leave me a comment. Encourage me to get to them sooner rather than later. If you are now interested in reading any of them and look forward to the review, leave that comment below as well. I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you will consider subscribing if you're not already. Get ready for another great year of reading, y'all. Take care.